Hello, this is a short video to show you how you can get your game to use the new master server. There is a community master server because the original master server is offline, and that is so since, I don't know, 10 years or longer. So for this to work, you need to download a software. It's a hex editor. What you can do with it is edit binary files. So usually you are used to editing text files which show you plain text which you can understand and read easily, and for editing a executable you need a different kind of software, a different kind of editor, and this kind of editor is called a hex editor, which we are using for this specific task. Making changes to the executable of the game, I would recommend that you make a copy of the executable. So if you screw something up or something goes wrong, you have a copy which you can just use to restore the game again. Okay, so let's get started. I will put up a website from which you can download a hex editor. There are different kind of hex editors. There's one I prefer, so I'm showing you the hex editor I prefer. You can use any hex editor you like. I understand that there is one with Notepad++, but I prefer this one I'm showing you now. So also this tutorial is optimized for the good old games version of the game. So if you have an older version, it might be a little bit different for you, but basically it's the same procedure, basic procedure, like editing the actual executable is the basic same procedure. Okay, so here's the website. I will put a link and descriptions for everything I mention, like when I mention some setting of the game or a website, I will put a link into the description of the video. I go on programs, and there it is. HXD is my preferred hex editor. So we're gonna use that. I've already downloaded and installed it. Also note that you can change the language of the website if you are unsure why the website's probably shown to you in German or in English and it's not your actual language. Okay, so with this gone out of the way, we can now actually focus on how to edit the executable of the game. If you use the good old games version and you have the client installed, there's a very easy way to find your installation. You select the game, like I've already have, from your installed game list, and then you go on this control here to go on the options Manage Installation, and then you can click on Show Folder, and this will bring you directly to the game folder. Now here we have the executable of the game. We want to open this executable with the hex editor. So I've already done that, but I will do it again. So let me see. Here we go. Okay, this is the hex editor. And what you can do to make it simpler for you, you can copy the path and then go on File, Open, and insert the path here and just open it. And now we have to open the executable as mentioned. Now the executable is loaded. Here you see the addresses, and here you see the corresponding text. It looks a little bit crazy, but don't worry. We can look exactly for the text we have to replace. It's not too difficult to find. So we go all the way up to the top. Then we go on Search, Find. Then we search for something because we know how the master server is named. So we know what we have to look for. So we search for something that is related to Activision, because that was the game's publisher and they hosted the master server. So let's look for the word Activision. Just make sure you spell it right or you won't find it. And we're searching forward We're not searching case sensitive, so if you have a capital letter, you wouldn't find it. Now we search for it, and there we are. This is what actually defines the master server here. And now we have to override that text. It's important that you don't use the backspace, don't delete any letter there. So we overwrite the letters by clicking on one letter, and then we start typing. Do not use delete or backspace, because this will mess up the file. So don't do it, and you would have to start with a fresh copy. Now I know the master server in my head. The address is very simple. I will put it in the description, but I will read it out loud while I'm typing it. It's master.hazardmodding.com. As you can see, it fits exactly into the space the previous master server address was in. There are ways to allow you to expand that, and that's possible if you have a null next to it, like this is null, and this is null, and this is null. So you could have a few more letters here, but we're not gonna do it because we have the address already fit in there. So that's all we need to change, masterserver.hazardmodding.com, and then we save the file. Oh, actually, before we save the file, we just start the game without saving the file, so we can see that it doesn't show any servers to compare the before and after. Hello? Ah, now it starts. Okay. No, we didn't. Let's try again. Okay. Doesn't start. For some reason, it won't start. Let's start it like this. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so let's close the hex editor, not save it, and then start a game to check that it really doesn't work. Ah, okay, I understand now. Okay, we go on multi-match, and then we click on get list. There are no servers shown, right? So now we close the game again. I have a shortcut for this, so I'm not going in the menu. Now we open the file again with the hex editor. File open. Opening. All right, there we go. Then we look for Activision. There we go. And here we are again. Now we will override it and save the file afterwards. And then you should be able to see servers. Okay, master.hazardmodding.com. Okay, now I'm gonna save the file. File save. Gonna close the hex editor because the game won't start if the hex editor is on, as we have seen before. I didn't know that, now I know. Okay, so now let's start the game again and see if you can see any servers online. Now we go in multi-match. So there are no servers listed yet because we have to get the fresh list. And there we are. You can see the servers. Okay, I think that's it for today. Oh yeah, there are a few commands you can add to the game, very simple over the game console, which you can open up. And the key to opening up the console depends on your keyboard language. I will put it in the description which possible keys can open the console. Yeah, there are a few important commands, like for example, if your mouse gets stuck, there's a command for it to fix it, if your mouse doesn't really work or not work at all. Then there is a command if you have lag, like low frames lag, your game is too slow or frame rate is dropping. And then there's a command to fix one mission where you're floating in space and not coming down. That's due to high frames and a glitch in the game. You can fix all that with console commands. I will put them in the description. If you have questions, just ask them. I will be happy to answer them. Okay, so I think that's it for this tutorial.